Crooks, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Joy. Guys, there's so much news today with Thomas Crooks, the shooting, Trump, everything. This is going to be a long one, and I don't really know how to get through all of this, and we might not. So just buckle up because it's really big pieces of breaking news. So first, if you saw the title, and I'm pretty sure that you saw the title, oh my goodness, we have a new video of the Trump assassin getting shot and what happened the 10 minutes leading up and police swarming the building. So I think we can look at that and try to piece together and see kind of what we can get from that and what happened. We also have the Trump shooter, Thomas Crooks. His father spoke up again, and it's weird and it's inappropriate. I am not kidding. So we have that. Guys, we also have the SWAT team, the local police SWAT team is speaking out about the Secret Service, and we have Thomas's getaway plan. He had a getaway plan, and this was part of the explosives he's had. Like I said, we have a ton of stuff. On top of that, Google and Facebook being shady. I mean, who would have thunk, right? And guys, if you're new here, hi, how are you? My name is Joy, and I would love to keep you up to date. So to be up to date, make sure and subscribe. Hit that notification bell as well, guys, as I'm showing you this stuff. Sound off in the comments, and if you're in the chat with me, I think I see one person. Hi, Aaron. So make sure and sound off in the chat with me, and in between stories, I will respond to you guys. As well, leave me a like, everything helps. So I guess we're just gonna dive in. So let's go ahead, and I'm so new to this. I hope I do this right. Go to split screen, yay! My partner, I love him dearly, the one I just got engaged to. Well, it was in January, but y'all know about. He's been helping me set up OBS today to be able to do all this live. So I want to show you guys this, and we have the whole video. So look at this. It says, wild assassination attempt video shows cops surrounding building, then barrage of gunfire. They got him right in the head. So we'll go through this article, and then I'll show you the video. Shocking new footage from the assassination attempt of Donald Trump shows local cops with guns drawn surrounding the building where Thomas Crooks opened fire, fully 2 minutes and 10 seconds before the shooting. The video later showed a barrage of gunfire and then the crowd's reaction to Crooks being shot and ended by the Secret Service, with one witness commenting that it must have been a headshot because the big poof of hair. Crazy. As the video unfolds, Trump can be heard in the background speaking to the crowd at his rally in Butler, Pennsylvania on July 13th, but no attempt was made to get him out at this stage. And it says, I don't know what this video is. Let's see if I can pause it. There we go. The clip posted to X by user RealDJStew724 was taken at the base of the AGR International Factory as Crooks was perched on top with the AR-15 rifle, trained at the former president. Trained. Does that mean just aimed, I think? I don't know. These effing cops surrounding the whole entire effing building right now. A woman standing nearby says as the police officers move around the building, and Trump continued speaking in the rally behind, completely unaware of the danger unfolding. I don't know this. We'll have to keep looking at the article, but I have some thoughts. Wait, it says Notorious Ash. Hi, Ash. Nice to see you. So if you guys chat with me, I will make sure and get that in between the stories, because I'm getting new to live streaming again, so just bear with me. But I do want to say hi, and I see y'all, and I love y'all so much. I appreciate you for being here. So, okay, yeah, I have questions. I have questions about this. So for 2 minutes, they were swarming the building, which is the first I've heard they were swarming the building. So for 2 minutes, they were swarming, knew about this, and nobody got Trump off the stage. They knew that there was a guy aimed at Trump with a rifle or whatever he had, right? For like 2 minutes and 10 seconds. Now we know, because the police have showed us this, the police, they had been communicating with Secret Service. Secret Service was even confirming, I'm getting your messages. So Secret Service had to have known what was going on. Why did they not instruct to get Trump off the stage? Maybe we'd have Corey Comparator with us still. Just stuff like that irks me. So it says, and you can see the video here, which we'll play in a second. Someone gifted me a premium membership. I can upload longer videos here now. Thanks for all the birthday wishes, my friends. It was a good one. I'll get working on the next part in the morning. Good night. So I guess this will be in 2 parts. And it says, after a tense 2 minutes and 10 seconds of bystanders advising each other to make yourself small, somebody screams, he's got a gun, and a loud bang erupts. quickly followed by a burst of gunfire and the sounds of bullets ripping overhead. Hi, Jeffrey! I see you all the time in my comments. I can't always respond, but I so appreciate you. So, and Jeffrey, if you just showed up, I will be responding to people in between the comments because I'm just still new to live streaming. But hi, wanted to say hi. It's good to see you here. Okay, it says, the volley is punctuated by a final shot as the bystanders hunkering for cover, trying to figure out what happened. Did they pick him off? The cameraman asked somebody nearby. Yeah, I saw a big poof of hair go up in the air. They got him right in the head. Big poof of hair, a man replies. At the same moment, a cheer erupts from the rally behind them as Trump got to his feet, bloodied, and raised his fist. It remains unclear exactly how long the police were surrounding the building before Dave began filming, but law enforcement sources told the Post that 25 to 30 seconds passed between a local cop confronting Crooks on the roof of the building and Crooks opening fire. If you remember, guys, oh my gosh. So they had to hoist a guy, one of the cops up. The other cops had to hoist him up on the building, and then Thomas aimed his rifle or whatever he had at him, and then they dropped him on the ground. It's like such a comedy of errors. I've said this in several videos, but it's true. It just reminds me of the Home Alone bumbling idiot criminals. That's what this totally reminds me of. And it says, the Butler Township police officer retreated when Crooks pointed his rifle at him. Authorities previously said, it is a rifle. I'm not a gun person, so I'm sorry. I want to make sure I'm saying it correctly. So, okay, and it says, the new details suggest there was time to get Trump off stage before the shooting. Yeah, we've all known that. He was on the grounds for 3 hours, obviously. And it says, however, details coming from the congressional investigation of the shooting show that the Secret Service and local cops had trouble communicating with each other that day, so it's unclear whether the agents protecting Trump knew about the sniper in the roof in advance. No, they did. So if you guys haven't seen it, I have a video of the text messages came out. The Secret Service snipers actually confirmed they got the messages. So I don't know what they're talking about when they say trouble communicating. They confirmed that they got the messages of the suspicious guy with the, what do you call that? The viewfinder of the rifle and all of this. So I don't know what they're referring to. Oh, but those recordings have conveniently disappeared, right? I don't trust any of this. So it says exactly how law enforcement reacted in those 30 seconds and possibly the more than 2 minutes seen in the footage. It's not possible. We're watching the footage. Could play a central part in the ongoing FBI investigation of the rally. Former FBI Special Agent and SWAT team leader James Galliano told the Post, as it could reveal the holes in the communication protocols set up by the local Secret Service that day. On its face, that is an exceedingly long amount of time, but 30 seconds goes by quick in a crisis situation, Galliano said. I think that's his name. Gagliano? Gagliano. Sorry, guys. I know how critical it is, but also how difficult it is to coordinate with agencies and departments that you've never worked with before. Well, that's your job. Is Secret Service, it's kind of your job. Just like all of this was their job, but they keep trying to blame local police who are putting out receipts showing they did their job. Why can't the Secret Service do their job if the police can do theirs? But Secret Service is the lead. That's right. So ultimately, the responsibility is going to come back on them, he added, pointing out that until the investigation is concluded, there were plenty of other glaring problems in what he called a colossal failure of the day. Yeah, of course. Other shortcomings include the roof where Crooks climbed, which was 130 yards from Trump's stage, being left completely unsecure, and law enforcement being made aware of Crooks' suspicious activity nearly 100 minutes, guys, before the shooting, but failing to intervene. Crooks had even been surveying the rally grounds with a drone about 2 hours before the rally, yet law enforcement failed to investigate it. And if they had, they may have discovered the rifle, 50 rounds of bullets, improvised explosives, and a ladder stashed in his car parked nearby. That's low-hanging fruit, Gagliano, an FBI expert, said of the drone blunder, pointing out that it doesn't matter how compliance or how commonplace drones are these days, security should have seen it and investigated. 10,000%. And it would be one thing if it was just the drone, but it's the rangefinder. It's apparently he walked around with ladders, but nothing has been confirmed on what is going on with the ladder, which we have more information about. I literally have an article saying, oh, we have more information on these ladders. Oh, it's so frustrating, guys. You always assume the worst and work backwards from that. You always assume the worst case scenarios. You ensure anything that's possible has been mitigated and that you've thought it through. We call it the business of cascading system failures. When one thing happens, it leads to another and another, he added. That's how bad things can happen. Now, I can say, like with my health issues, That is something I've come across. A big criticism I've gotten online is, how can you have so many different health issues? You must be lying. It's like, no, because when one thing goes down, one system goes down, all the systems of the body are connected and they all start trying to overcompensate and they get affected too, depending on what it is. Like, so I can understand that, but again, I can't stress enough. It's y'all's job. It's y'all's job to get your crap together and communicate and do this. And the police did it. You guys confirmed you got the messages. So I don't see how this is that cascading error of this, that, and the other. The thing is, I think the Secret Service, they need to start putting out some receipts. Y'all got to back up what you're saying. How is it the cops can put out the receipts, but you guys can't? How? Make it make sense. So let's go ahead and I want to show you guys this video because this is pretty intense. Okay, so this is on X. Let's see if we can pull this up. Oh, I have to get my headphones. Again, sorry guys, I'm still new to all of this. So give me a little bit. And, okay. So now let me go ahead and I'm going to change this. Okay, so hopefully you guys can see this okay. I think. Is that working? I hope this is working well. Okay. And I just lost it. Okay, here we go. And I'll make it be as big as it can. Okay, I did it. Yay, I did it. I get so excited if it works. Okay, here we go. Okay. Oh, and I'll put my headphones in so it doesn't bother you guys. I'm a little bit sloppy, guys. A little bit of a mess. I'm doing my best. I'm sorry. Here we go.
Okay. This is no trespassing. Oh.
Oh, sorry. We didn't see any signs. This guy's kicking everybody out. He's raging.
So this guy here, when it says he's raging, is that one of the police or somebody just connected with the situation? Or is this just like a random person? By the way, I don't know. This is the first time I've seen this. I've only seen little clips of this, so I'm reacting with you.
This guy's raging.
Audio muted for copyright music playing at the rally. Ugh. Okay. So I guess we're going to have to wait just a little bit to see what happens with this music. We still have this guy who looks like he's kicking people out, apparently. I mean, I'm glad he was able to mute it because I would get in trouble for the copyrighted music, but still. Okay, so here we see sheriffs are pulling up right here. And again, more people just kind of standing around. Sorry guys, the video is a bit shaky, but again, not my video. All right, so apparently, like they said, they're supposed to see cops swarm the building coming up. And I saw little snippets of it. I kind of skimmed over it. Didn't get to this part where it's completely quiet, but we'll keep going. Okay, so we see a cop open the door, close the door, and now he's going somewhere. I'm assuming here in a minute the sound will get turned back on because the song won't play forever, whatever it is. There we go. Okay, so we see more cops. There they are, starting to surround.
There's fucking cops surrounding this whole entire fucking building right now.
There's something going on in this building. Oh my God. There's somebody in this building.
And it's not easy because we have millions and millions of people.
At this point, why is he not? Why is Trump still up there speaking? At this point, this is what I don't understand. And I'm not mad at the cops. Cops are trying. Cops put out receipts. Cops were communicating as far as we can tell. I don't understand. All it took was the cops to say, we have a shooter on this building. Get Trump out. You get Trump out. 2 minutes. They had 2 minutes and 10 seconds at this point to get him out. It's just crazy to me.
Dangerous people. Criminals. We have criminals. We have drug dealers. We have people that just not be here. In recorded history, we're the best order. In fact, if they could ever put up a chart, I don't know if they could do it. You guys have to.
Look at the horse.
You don't mind if I go off teleprompter?
I do like the horse. Look at the little feet.
You guys are doing it. They're getting better. My guys, take a look at that chart. Take a look at the arrow at the bottom. See the big red arrow, right? So that's one of the lowest. That was the lowest point.
Here it comes.
Right from the government services. Comes right out of Border Patrol. Take a look at that. So that arrow is the lowest amount of what they can do.
What's also scary is look at how many people are just walking around nearby. And remember, there was that guy that was trying to get everybody out, but that didn't look like a police officer. All of these people were in danger and they had no idea. What were the Secret Service doing?
Make yourself small, bro. I don't know what's going on.
Did you just hear him? He's screaming, get out of the way, and then you hear, he's got a gun, he's got a gun. This still upsets me every time I see it.
Get down, guys. Get down. Yeah, just get down. Get behind this tree with me. Get behind this tree. Get behind this tree, guys. No. I'm just safe back here. Here.
They fucking picked that dude off.
Did they pick him off?
Fuck yeah, I saw a big poop of hair go up in the air.
Oh,
They
fuck
shot him right
yeah.
in the head.
Fuck yeah.
Big poop of hair.
Holy shit, guys.
What happened
That's
over here?
fucking
He got 4
crazy.
shots off. Are you fucking shitting me?
This is fucking crazy, dude. I can't believe
Dude,
I
this
got
is
all.
national fucking news.
I can't believe I got all that on camera, dude. I was in the middle of it.
Like a headshot?
Kill confirmed, he said.
What he said? Kill confirmed?
He said kill confirmed.
So that applause you heard, that was Trump getting up and doing the fight thing. That's what that was. Like literally, I tear up every time I see this. This upsets me every time.
He was on the roof.
And they're there trying to get in the fence. There they are.
One seriously injured, I just heard on the cops' radio.
I don't know. When I look at this, I'm like, the cops are the real heroes of that day. The cops are the real heroes. It still upsets me, though, between both the cops and the Secret Service. Why did nobody take him out before this? Why did they not get Trump out? But also remember, I don't really fault the cops. The cops were taking orders from the Secret Service, and that's where I'm upset. This is why I keep getting so upset with Secret Service. There's the Secret Service. Or is that a Fed? I think that's the one on the roof that we've seen.
Here, pal. Are you law enforcement? You are? You're not. Sorry. Yeah, sorry.
Get your name.
Yeah, for sure. I got you, bro.
Okay, it says, since I thought that Agent Smith was going to take my phone, I stopped recording and locked my screen. He only wanted a picture of my ID and ran towards the building. I recorded 6 more minutes of footage until my phone was snatched by a PA state trooper and I was arrested and handcuffed. He was arrested and handcuffed. I guess I could understand being detained since he saw stuff. Maybe that's protocol. I don't know. Agent Smith. But I think, wasn't that the same guy on the roof? Remember, haven't we seen that before? Also, I want to go back to this. It's probably going to upset me, but like right before it all happens, how many shots do you guys hear? And then it sounds like there's an additional one after that. I didn't count and it's too quick. Let me know in the comments or the chat if you did, but that is the video right now. Like, yeah, and exactly. Sorry, Snutter says because they knew. Probably. I don't, at this point, I don't put anything past anybody when it comes to any of this. This is just crazy. So this is the video and it looks like we're gonna get more coming up. He's got more of this, but yeah, they took his phone, arrested and detained him. I'm glad he's got the footage. Thank God, I wish he could have recorded more, but at the same time, thank God he did what he did. Thank God we got that because it sucks that it's private citizens having to come forward who were traumatized in this situation. They're the ones who have to explain to all of us what is happening and what is going on. Guys, this irks me so much. This irks me so much. The Secret Service has lied and lied and lied and lied about not getting Trump out there. Why didn't they get him out there sooner? How much time there was. Today it was confirmed they knew 90 minutes. Guys, he parked near the police cars. He was going back and forth, Thomas, in between the police cars. They knew it. The Secret Service gave a big thumbs up. Cool. Got it. When he was on that roof and he had a gun, why did nobody... And I'm going to say this between the police and the Secret Service. I'm assuming if the police took him out and the Secret Service didn't instruct him, are they going to get in trouble? Is that against protocol? But at the same time, somebody should have done something. The more comes out, just the worse it looks. And Kimberly Cheadle, she didn't lose her job. She resigned. So far, in terms of being fired, not one person has lost their job. Not one. Kim just went ahead and resigned. And she should. But you know, as much as she should, I also just don't trust it. 'Cause she was so adamant that she was the best for the job and she shouldn't, which that arrogance. Can you believe the arrogance of failing that big? Failing that big and saying I'm the best at it. Like, I don't know. I don't know what do you do with it. What do you guys think of what I just showed you? What are your thoughts on this? I really want to know. So let me know. But there's more. Oh my God, there's so much more. Okay, so let me go ahead and get the other articles pulled up because there's a lot going on today. So there's that. And then it says, oh, from Snutter. Hi, Snutter again. It says, yeah, some are, sorry, my chat's a little funny and there's stuff in the way. Some are something aware. Oh, it says, yeah, some things are off. Yes, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think anybody with half a brain knows it. And it's funny because even the left at this point, guys, even the left will say it was a conspiracy. Now, they think it's a conspiracy that Trump organized and that it wasn't a real shooting. But if the fact that, here's how I look at it. The fact that the left is even saying that it was a conspiracy, even the left is saying it doesn't look right, even if they're not going the right direction with it, I think that says something, right? Okay, so let's go ahead. I want you guys to look at this as well. So this is going to be from ABC News. Local SWAT team speaks out for the first time on the Trump assassination attempt. And y'all know your girl is living for it. So let me see if I can fix this. Okay, here we go. And I'll make this bigger. So I want you guys to see this one. And I haven't seen this one yet either. So we're watching it for we're all watching it for the first time together. Here we go.
On the assassination attempt on former President Trump, for the first time, we're hearing from members of the Pennsylvania SWAT team that took up positions to defend the former president. ABC News senior investigative correspondent Aaron Kotursky has the latest.
I remember standing in the parking lot talking to one of the guys, and we just became part of history, and not in a good way.
The SWAT team from Beaver County, Pennsylvania knew something about the scrawny young man seemed off. He can be seen in this video obtained by ABC affiliate WTAE skulking around former President Trump's rally. Text messages between local snipers show they know.
Okay, did you guys see that? Another one of you in the comments had pointed this out, and I'm so glad that you did. Was he just, and let's go back. Tell me if you see him, is he wearing pants? Look at this video. Is he wearing pants?
The SWAT team from Beaver County, Pennsylvania knew something about the scrawny young man seemed off. He can be seen in this video obtained by ABC affiliate WTAE skulking around former President Trump's rally. Text messages between local snipers show they know.
Are those pants or shorts? Because we saw the video that's been released. When he was shot up there, he was in shorts. At first I was like, are his pants off? I was like, oh no, because they had it blurred out. He's in shorts. But other people said they thought it looked like he was in cargo pants. Like here, it looks like it could be shorts. Tell me what you guys see. Anyways, just a detail, I'm curious what you guys think about.
Notice Thomas Matthew Crooks at 4:26 p.m., nearly 2 hours before the attempted assassination that would injure Trump, kill a man, and severely hurt 2 others. You see me go out with my rifle, one of the snipers texted, so he knows you guys are up there. By 5:14 p.m., they grew suspicious.
He was looking up and down the building, and
Okay, I think that's Thomas. I think that's him in the background. That looks like shorts, right? Okay, I just want to make sure, like, if that's Thomas, I think those are shorts.
just wandering around, and it just seemed out of place.
Greg Nichols snapped these photos of the shooter.
We had a text group between the local snipers that were on scene. I had sent those pictures out to that group and advised them of what I noticed and what I'd seen.
What do you think is transpiring once you send in what you've sent in?
I assumed that there would be somebody coming out to, speak with this individual or, find out what's going on.
So how do you know if Greg's concerns about Crooks are being relayed properly?
We don't. We have to assume that when he put that information out to command, that command took that information and did something with it. We don't know if they did.
None of the concerns appears to have reached members of Trump's Secret Service detail. The Washington Post reports they've complained they were never made aware of the warnings. In their first public comments about the assassination attempt, members of the Beaver County SWAT team described to ABC News what they consider to be failures of planning and communication that would prove catastrophic.
We were supposed to get a face-to-face briefing with the Secret Service snipers whenever they arrived, and that never happened. So I think that was probably a pivotal point where I started thinking things were wrong, because that never happened, and we had no communication with the Secret Service.
You had no communication with the Secret Service at all on that Saturday?
No, not until after the shooting, I believe. Yeah.
And by then?
It was too late.
But I thought, and maybe I'm wrong, but in those text messages that we saw, they had been confirming with the Secret Service what was going on. And they were like, copy. So who are they confirming with then? I am so, and you know what sucks is I'm like, okay, am I misunderstanding, or is the information so crazy and we keep hearing different versions and it's convoluted that you just can't keep up with all the versions that are out?
The Secret Service declined to respond directly, but told ABC News the agency is committed to better understanding what happened and is offering complete cooperation with ongoing investigations.
The suspect is directly above us.
Members of the Beaver County SWAT team rushed to the shooter's rooftop,
There's a ladder right here.
as seen in footage from Rich Gianvito's helmet camera.
Thanks, bro. Yep.
So we had access through that ladder, got up onto the roof.
And as you're scrambling onto that roof, you don't know for sure whether he's dead or alive, or whether you'll encounter fire.
At that point, no.
So what are you prepared? Are you prepared for a firefight at that point?
Well, we're prepared for anything at that point, because at this time we're unsure.
Give me a solid perimeter, get guys prepped to clear the building.
He encountered the shooter's bloodied body some 400 feet from the stage. The team believes it did everything it could have to thwart the attack, but accepts its share of failure.
I think we all failed that day.
How so?
Life is lost.
Yeah. People died.
It's not their fault, but they're the only ones willing to take any responsibility. They have to follow the Secret Service, period. And the Secret Service didn't come out, didn't do their meetings, didn't do their briefings, and apparently didn't communicate with them. But I thought they showed that they tried to communicate with them. I mean, I admire them. Like, I commend them and applaud them for the fact that they are taking any responsibility at all. And they're just like, lives were lost. This was awful, so we have to. Good on them, but this also, in my opinion, isn't their fault.
And if there's anything that we could have done to stop that, we should have done.
Incredible reporting. ABC News senior investigative correspondent Aaron Katursky joins me now for more on this. That is tremendous to hear that team tried to go up the chain of command, but heard nothing. What stood out to you, Aaron, when you visited the SWAT team headquarters?
So that's what I heard. They tried to communicate. They got nothing. Secret Service didn't care to communicate. They just didn't want to for whatever reason. And again, I keep asking this question. Was this negligence and people just bad at their job? Or was it intentional negligence? Was it just, let's be so bad at this so that this can happen?
I think hearing that the lack of communication almost doomed the event from the start. But I'm also struck by what they're doing now. They're studying satellite imagery that they have pasted all over the wall. They have maps up. They even made their own crude replica of the site with everyone's position using the little army men from back in the day. And I think that they're intent on studying what went wrong here. Not only do they feel bad about it and they say they have to live with their failure, which they accept their fair share, but they do say, look, Trump says he's coming back, so they want to be ready.
Right, and as one of those team members said, I mean, they lost a life that day. I mean, so many people were in danger. And as you just mentioned, Trump says he plans to hold another rally in Western Pennsylvania soon. What are some of the changes that are being made when it comes to communication and coordination between Secret Service and law enforcement?
You have to imagine that the Secret Service is going to make sure there's an open line of communication with local SWAT teams that are always part of a protective detail. The Secret Service relies on local law enforcement partners for all of its events. And look, the Secret Service guards, what, 7,500 events a year? Most of the time they go off without a hitch. But here, there was a failure, so they do want to learn. They want to be able to say that they can make some changes that need to be made, and that probably includes being in better touch with their local partners.
So many lessons learned. Thank you so much. Again, incredible reporting.
Thanks.
Senior investigative correspondent Aaron Katursky, thank you.
Yeah, I have so many questions. Also, if you guys didn't hear this, which I think is pretty funny, the Secret Service have said to fix this situation, Trump should no longer do outdoor rallies. Don't do them anymore, says the Secret Service. That's the solution. And Trump told them to go to HELL as he should. Just, what do you say? What do you say? It's just crazy. It's crazy that we've had more responsibility taken by the local police department, who really it's not their fault. And the Secret Service has done nothing but lie and deny, and then more lies and more lies and more denials, and slowly trickles out little truths. So I think the only thing we can do is walk away from this and say we can't trust anything the Secret Service says. And Jeffrey says, Katie, I counted right. There were 10 shots fired by the police and 1 shot fired from the guy. Hold on. I have to get this. Okay. By the police, and only 1 shot from the guy on the roof. See, okay, Jeffrey, I was like, you know, I think they found 8 casings, and then apparently he was shot by the Secret Service sniper, but then we heard that other shot later, right? So I was like, I wonder how many shots there are, because everybody's talking about there's a possible second shooter, which I don't know. I'm not going to say one way or another. I've looked at some of that, but I haven't dove too much into it. The sad thing is, I'm just to the point where I'm like, with this situation, anything's possible because it's so crazy. Anything is possible because it's so crazy. So that's what I have for that story, but it's not over, guys. It's not over. Like I said, there's a ton of craziness going on. So let me go here. I'll get my split screen up for y'all so you can see what I'm doing. This one, Thomas Crooks' father. We hear from him again. So this is from Fox News. I'm going to play this. I'm going to play this as it is, and then we'll discuss. You're going to hear this and I want to know genuinely, are you hearing what I hear when it comes to this? Because this one is, I have so many thoughts on this. Now, we have already heard from his father. This is the shooter's father. We've heard from him one other time. He was getting groceries. I think he was with his masked daughter. That's alleged. We don't know if that was his wife or his daughter. Looked younger, sounded a bit younger. Then they basically weren't going to say anything, but he did say, when I can speak, when my lawyer lets me speak, I will give a statement. And he looked like he was sad. I mean, the situation looked sad. He looked like a grieving father. And we have to remember, even though this kid did horrible things, this father just lost his son. And not only that, he lost his son by the gun his father gave him. That's got to be tough. That's got to be a tough thing to look at. But I'm going to play this video, guys. Let's go ahead and pull this up. And let's see if I can, bam, there we go. I love it. My partner is wonderful. He's not, when I say he's not a tech guy, he's a computer guy. He does software, but he doesn't know anything about this stuff. And he set all this up for me on OBS. So yay to him. Okay, I want you guys to check this out. Listen to this. So this is, again, his father.
Mr. Crooks, was there anything that might have made you aware of what your son was up to? Is there any statement you'd be willing to share with us right now, Mr. Crooks?
I gotta pee.
Okay, so, did you hear what I heard? Let's go back. Okay, they have closed caption. Let's turn the closed caption. I want to go back and tell me if you hear what I hear.
Business is
we have an ad.
with tech
Sorry,
solutions
guys.
that adapt to your business
Just
needs.
a second.
Like reliable fiber internet plus
Skip ad.
personal
Okay, here we go.
Mr. Crooks, was there anything that might have made you aware of what your son was up to?
Okay, it says closed caption, but it's not popping up, so just listen with me.
Mr. Crooks, can you explain why your son has such a limited social circle?
Is there any statement you'd be willing to share with us right now, Mr. Crooks?
I gotta pee.
All right. Is it just me? Or did you hear this man just say, when he was asked questions about the situation, I gotta pee? They said, do you want to make any statements? I gotta pee. Okay, I shouldn't laugh. It does kind of make me laugh, but let's talk about this. So, and we have more information to get into. First of all, again, another person with him, I think it's his daughter. We know that there was an older sibling of Thomas's, and she came to their house right after it happened with a suitcase. I think that was also her with him at the grocery store. It could be his wife. We don't know. I haven't actually seen the wife, but this to me looks a little more like the sister who apparently was really outgoing and well liked and was a go-getter, and we'd heard good things about her. But yeah, his response is, I have to pee. First of all, I have so many things to say about this. He looks devastated. He looks sad. This looks like a man in mourning. He looks sad. As much as it sucks and people will be upset with this, I can understand why he won't talk legally. You guys know I've been through federal court the only time in a lawsuit with a company. And you guys know in that, I learned from my lawyer, you keep your mouth shut unless you're spoken to. You pay me to speak for you. And I was like, say no more. Good. So you don't, the less you talk, the better. The more you talk, the worse it looks. In fact, in my situation, I don't want to say too much because this company was nuts. It's like I don't want to poke the bear or ruffle the feathers of the hornet nest, because hornet nests have feathers if you didn't know. But in my situation, they were playing a game of chicken because they figured I wasn't going to actually go to court and go through discovery. Discovery is a process that can take a year of gathering information and evidence. So they were doing all kinds of things. They were talking, they were saying all kinds of stuff to intimidate me, to scare me, to allegedly threaten me. But I was quiet. I only said what I was legally allowed to say, and I stuck to the facts, which was me and other people aren't getting paid. And they're trying to take a channel from me that I was co-owner of, and really I had built from the ground up. All true statements. I wasn't putting out people's identities and identifications and smearing them and doing the things they were doing. But my point is to say I can understand why he's not speaking and why his lawyer would tell him not to speak. I can understand and I want to respect he's a grieving father. I can understand and respect the media is doing their job and they're trying to get information. If you are told don't speak to the media by your lawyer and that's your statement, why on earth do you turn around and say, I gotta pee? Now, maybe, and God, I'm breaking this. I feel like I'm thinking way too much about this, but I always try to look at every side of a situation and give you guys the information. So him doing this, is this some crappy, snarky thing from him? Could be. It could be that he's being followed around and just tired and he's just like, hey guys, I just pulled over because I have to go to the bathroom. But if he's told not to say anything, why would that be the statement? I'm all for a good poop joke, fart joke. I love them, guys. I love it. I love crude humor. I love toilet humor. I love dark humor, right? To me, anytime you're making light of a situation, as long as you're not being overtly hurtful, I'm going to partake and enjoy it because I like finding the joy, the magic, the sparkles in something, right? It's my name, Joy Sparkle Shine. So that's what I like to try to do, and I try to amplify it and extrapolate that. But why would you do that? Why would you say I have to pee? But it makes me laugh because I have dumb, stupid child humor, but still, why would you do that? So let's take a look at the article and see if we can get anything else from this. How do I get out of this? Get me out. Okay, there we go. Let's see. So split. Here we go.
Trying to keep it cool this summer.
Go back. Okay. So it says Trump assassination attempt. FBI says gunman's family not alarmed by chemical purchases prior to shooting. So let's look. From Pittsburgh, the FBI told reporters on Monday that would-be presidential assassin Thomas Matthew Crooks had a long-standing interest in science and experiments. As a result, his family wasn't concerned about the myriad packages he was receiving at their house. That makes sense to me. I can make sense of that. Crooks 20 made 25 gun-related purchases online between spring 2023 and the first half of this year and bought materials used to make explosives 6 times, all with aliases, according to the agency. And on July 13th, he opened fire at a rally for Republican presidential candidate Donald Trump, injuring the former president and 2 others while ending firefighter Corey Comparator. The shooter had a long interest in science and things like this and had been doing experiments and things like that over a period of time, said Kevin Rojak, special agent in charge of the FBI. Where'd it go? The ad changed, so I can't find where I went. Okay. The FBI's Pittsburgh field office. For that reason, his family wasn't concerned that the packages were focused on committing an attack of this nature or harming other people. anything he was doing online, Rojek said. He wasn't hoarding ammunition. He wasn't doing anything that I would say significantly raised suspicion to his parents at his home. And it says, Rojek said that his parents have been extremely cooperative from the first night we approached them. The parents have said in their interviews that they have no advanced knowledge of any of this. We do find that to be credible at this stage, but pending additional investigation, Rojek said. Again, we're not ruling out any possibility out as far as what was in that home. The agency's revelation come as Crooks' father, Matthew Crooks, was spotted on Monday leaving a Pittsburgh office building containing 2 law firms. He decided to decline to answer reporters' questions about whether his family spotted warning signs before their son attempted to take the former president's life. Okay, so it looks like this happened, and this is why I like reading these articles, because you can get more information. It says the agency's revelations come as Crooks' father, Matthew Crooks, was spotted on Monday leaving a Pittsburgh office building containing 2 law firms. So we can assume he was leaving law offices? Assume? He declined to answer reporters' questions about whether his family spotted warning signs before their son attempted to take the former president's life. And you can see Matthew Crooks is outside an office building where 2 law firms are located in Pittsburgh. He's the father of would-be assassin, and I think that's the sister. I think. Allegedly. The FBI said Crooks' primary social circle was his family. We have identified only a couple people who we would call his friends, and most of those contacts were in fact dated. Maybe he didn't really have like any friends. I'm wondering if it's okay. So when you leave school and you go to college, right? If you do, most of the time, either you go to college or you go to work and you form a social circle around those things, right? But sometimes people have a hard time doing that. Like there was somebody that I was close with in school who went off to college. They could not adapt college. They could not adapt to the lifestyle. They also couldn't adapt socially. They had a very difficult time being able to make new friends and go out and actually create a life. For some people, it's a little bit more difficult. For me, I'm a very social person. It was super easy. I had so much fun being at college just for the social aspects of just seeing everybody every day and talking to people and saying hi to everybody. I had a great time. But some people have a hard time transitioning, and it's possible. And that's the other thing is like when you leave, sometimes those people that have a hard time transitioning, they will rely on those past, or they will want to rely on the past relationships they had, especially in high school. And many times those people move on quickly. Like in my situation with my friend, we stayed friends for a long time. I shouldn't have, because this was not a good person, I learned later. But in that, you know, I still kept in touch. But I learned later this person was somewhat, I don't know if hurt's the right word, but it was just like everybody's moved on and I can't. And I'm having a difficult time. So I wonder if that was a situation. That's the other thing, guys. Like when you're in high school, you're told once you go to high school, it'll be different. You go to college, everything's great. You're going to be around people who are like you. You'll meet good people. You'll date. It'll be great. And he just may not have made that leap socially. And he might have just struggled. So it makes me sad being like, they found some people who were friends and those contacts were dated. Probably people in high school he hasn't talked to in a while. That just makes me sad for him. And you guys might think I don't want to sound like an a-hole for being sad for this kid. But like, I mean, I have compassion for everybody. And you got to think, if he did what he did, he must have been on some level in a considerable amount of pain inside himself to do what he did. No matter how you slice or dice it, my opinion. Allegedly. So it said, even his gaming platform, we see very little interaction with other individuals, which is obviously outside the norm with what you normally see, particularly in gamers. To date, we have not found anyone that is really close to him in any social circle. Oh, it's so sad. Rojek said, the agency's behavioral analysis experts believe Crooks was highly intelligent, attending college and maintaining steady employment. We do still believe he was a loner as far as his allocations or any other activities related to his mental state. FBI agents said Crooks never sought professional help and was not prescribed medication. Interesting, because there's been a lot of talk about his mental health and that he looked at major depressive disorders. So if he didn't have anything and wasn't diagnosed as far as we're aware and wasn't on any type of medication, I wonder if this is a situation, if he was looking up searches for his mental health, excuse me, especially if it was stuff like depressive disorder, he had to have known something was going on some level, right? Can't we kind of deduce that? He knew that something somewhere with him wasn't right. Something was going on there. But maybe he just didn't have the tools. He wasn't able to reach out for help. Maybe he was scared to. But yeah, I mean, it looks like something was going on. He just didn't get the help for it. It says they are continuing to assess Crooks' social media accounts from different devices. Crooks had made online searches related to power plants, mass shooting events, information on improvised explosive devices, U.S. elected officials, and the attempted assassination of the Slovakian prime minister earlier that year. Agents said as long as he was also looking at the JFK assassination, how close was the guy when he had to, allegedly Harvey Oswald, which there's a ton of debate on whether or not he did it, how close he was. So we know that's what his searches, as well as he looked up other prominent figures and things, but it's just sad. It's sad because I feel like, his school also came out to say he was a good kid and he wasn't bullied and blah, 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 blah. And apparently a former guidance counselor at the school came out and said that he wasn't bullied or we would have known. And I think this is also a failure of his school. And I'm not calling out his school specifically, but the education system as a whole. Why do we not have classes on how to be social? Why do we not have classes on mental health? We have PE. We have physical education. Why not mental health education? Why don't we have any of that? Why don't we have classes on how to do your taxes? Why don't we have classes on what do you do when we're all in debt? How do you deal with poverty? You are fed all this BS when you're in high school about how great it's going to be when you get in the real world, especially if you go to college. Because back in my day, the narrative was if you don't go to college, you're a loser who's going to be a junkie in life. And we all know that's horse crap, but that was the narrative they pushed. And all the blue collar workers are now laughing at all of us. They're making a ton of money. They own their own businesses and good on them. And everybody else is in debt and screaming that everybody else should pay for their debt. Now, I would love to help them with that in a way that's sustainable. Right now, it's, hey, we're going to forgive your debt and continue to let this predatory process go on. So that just makes an even worse situation. But it makes me sad. But here's the thing. I really, really do feel for Thomas's father. He must be struggling. I would assume he's having a lot of guilt. He looks like he's hurting. Why, oh why then would he say if he's going to make any statement, I have to pee? Is that just him venting frustration? Is that him being fed up? It doesn't I'm not trying to harp on it, but I'm just sitting here scratching my head because I'm like, it just makes you look bad. And for me, I'm trying to find the sympathy. I want to try to find every sympathetic avenue I can when it comes to people because I do love people. And I want to have compassion. And here I am, I want to respect his privacy, but I know, I'm sitting here and I'm talking about the situation and I'm talking about them following him around and stuff, but people are really interested. I think people want answers. And that's part of our human nature. We want justice. We want to see rights or wrongs being righted. That's just part of it. Even animals, there was this study, it was so interesting. Have you guys seen this video where these researchers had these two monkeys? They would do this task and they're supposed to get a piece of fruit. But one gets a piece of fruit and the other one gets something much lesser in value. First time the monkey's like, what's going on? The second time the monkey's like, what gives? The third time the monkey's starting to scream. The monkey realizes he's being screwed over and doesn't like it. And what that showed is, injustice happens even with animals. They even understand the sense of injustice. And also, I think anything when you go through a sense of injustice, the opposite of that is rebellion, right? So I get a little concerned about AI being so prevalent and us not treating AI in any type of kindness or compassion, because how do we know that they're not sentient? And if they are, then what we're doing is a form of slavery. And what happens with slavery? The opposite end of that, which is what everybody will gravitate towards, is rebellion. And it should be. But yeah, so is it a rebellious act? I love a good poop joke and fart joke, but is this the time for that? We want justice. And in this situation, we're not getting justice. We're not getting justice from the Secret Service. And no, none of them will be held accountable. I think the only one that will be held accountable was Kim, because we pressured her out, or she was forced out. Maybe by the same people who are forcing Biden out, allegedly, I don't know. Just asking some questions because we have to in situations like this because we're the ones to pick up the pieces and figure out what's going on. But it just makes me question. We want justice. And I think in that we want information because we are all trying to piece together what happened because we can't get answers from our governments, right? That's what's happening. We can't get any answers. And I think we would all like to hear from his parents. I can understand why we're not, and I understand they need their privacy. They need to mourn. They just lost a son. I get it. And again, I'm so compassionate with it. But if you're going to do that, why say something that crude? We want to know. We want to know information and details. And there's such a political divide in this country. Everybody is screaming, what side was he on? And I'm still of the mindset, and I'm going to hold true to this. I don't think he was on a side particularly. If he was, it looks like it was, we can argue it was, pro-Trump, but then the Gab owner, right? The CEO of Gab came out and said that the police had asked him, I don't know if it was subpoenaed, but they asked him for information on Thomas Crooks and wanted his social media accounts, and he thinks he found it. And in that he was really going after Trump in these. I showed you guys that video, right? But everybody wants to know what side he's on. And so I think if we got some information, we could all start piecing together what's happened and what is continuing to happen. What is actually going on with any of this? And I just really hope that we get answers. And to Thomas's father, I wish his whole family, I genuinely, from the top, bottom, and whole of my heart, I wish them peace and healing. And I can understand if they're frustrated because the media is after them. I get it. This is not the way to deal with it. If they deal with it this way, they're going to have the community. So online, they're going to have people turn on them. I don't think anybody's for or against them necessarily. I think people are within reason trying to be respectful online, but both sides will turn on him and the trolls will come out and it will make their life 100 times worse. And I hope if nothing else, if he would ever hear this, I'm saying this from a place of concern. Don't do things like that, even if you're venting frustration, even if you're just letting them know I'm going to the bathroom. Stay quiet. Stay quiet. It will calm down because you're going to rile up the wrong people. I have been there on social media, and that is not a fun place to be. Another comment says, maybe they told the family not to say anything as long as they are looking into it. See, and Snutter, I think you're right. I totally agree with that. I think they were told by the lawyers, don't speak. He'd even said that in his first video, right? But then why say something that crude? Again, the human perspective of me, I understand it. I understand frustration. I understand all of it. I don't think they've ever been in this position. They've never been in this position probably with anything online, whether or not it has to do with the kid not being here and what he did or in general. And I just praying for them that they just chill, I guess. I don't know. But okay, guys, I'm exhausted. I don't know if you can see it. I'll show you real quick. I have other things to show y'all. I got other tabs here. I'm not done. We have more to go over, but I'll be totally honest. I am exhausted. I've been talking for like an hour. I don't know if you can tell, my throat's getting a little hoarse. I'm not used to this, talking this much, this long. So I think I'll end it here. And I will upload some of this as well to my channel if you want to check that out too. So, and again, guys, if you like this content, if you like my commentary, please make sure and subscribe. I'd love to have you around, and hit the notification bell and turn on all notifications. That way you know when I upload. Also, guys, tell me what you think. Sound off in the comments. What do you think? Did he say pee? You guys heard it, right? I gotta pee. What do you think about that? What do you think about the new video we found? What do you think about the police sniper speaking out? What do you think about all of this, guys? Tell me your thoughts. I'd love to hear them. Sound off in the comments as well. Leave me a like. Everything helps. And with that, I'm gonna go to bed. It's like 7:30 here, and I'm an old lady, so I'm gonna go to bed. Thank you guys for being with me in my life. I hope you enjoyed it. I've been enjoying doing these, so maybe I can continue because this is just an easy way for me to get on here, get my videos out, and I don't have to edit and do any of that. It takes so much time. So I hope you guys like it, and I will try to continue to keep doing this if you do, and let me know. All right, guys, until the next live stream, I'll try to do one tomorrow as well. I'm giving y'all hugs. Mwah! Kisses, stay safe, and as always, I'm your girl, and I'll see you soon. Bye. Oh, wait, I have to end it. I did this again earlier. Okay, I'm going to try this. Let's see if I can end this correctly. Okay, so stop, and then there's a button that comes.